Alright, good evening, party people. Whoop, there it is. Can you guys hear me? Do we have sound? Everything good? Except for my pretty face. How you doing? How you doing on this Thursday evening? Welcome, guys. Let's see, we've got Subaru, Nerd Vapes, Midi Boers in the house, Vos, lekker man, lekker met jou te, Oom Comforts, hi, Pierre de Kok is here, Stefan Voetsche, all the way I think from Mossel Bay, so ek het die mis het hier, ne? Mr. Stefan, with all his motorbikes. And then Leadings is here, we have sound, brilliant stuff. Alright, so we've got a few things which I'm actually going to show you tonight, a few things which we're going to talk about. One thing which is very interesting, which I will show you but just now though, is this little guy. Looky. Ah, looky. You're probably wondering what is that, but I will tell you a bit later. Very exciting. I think it's a very nice little thing there. But anywho, so yeah, Alex is over here, Nico, daar's Nico. We'll talk about Nico a bit later then. John Oosterhuis is over here. Mosselbaai, ja, that's it, Mr. Forshey. Mosselbaai, gooi mielie, stampai, boude, lam, sê ek vir jou. Phase, Changus, amper sê ek Fangus. Middag. Zahir is Jadine. Yeah, I like that. It's a nice ring to it. Zahir Jadine. But anywho, so I decided to mix up my mods a bit though. Packed away some of the others. Made a few more combinations. One of the old ones, which I obviously always have, is this. There you go. Now you all know the detonator with the expromiser on top of it. So that I'm still vaping though. But what is new is this little guy. There you go. And that's what it looks like on the close-up. And what you've got on there is obviously the Hadley, ladies and gentlemen, with a custom hands drip tip all the way. But ain't that just a beauty? DNA 75C spade. I think it's probably the most beautiful one I have seen of all the spades is this. How's that for a single coil? Huh? Single coil Hadley Papa. Waar wil jy wees? Kap him over there. Right-handed mod. Great stuff. And then I decided to take out the little paranormal for a change. Probably the paranormal which I like the most is this glass gunmetal frame with a carbon fiber and the black at the back. I think it looks beautiful. But in any case, if you're wondering what I've got on top of this, it's this little guy, and I think I told you about last week about it. This is the Supreme version 3 RDDA from Steamcrave. Currently, I'm just running it in RDA mode, but yeah, it is an RDTA. And weirdly enough, but I will do a review over the weekend on this though. I actually found, well, I thought that the single coil deck which came with it, I thought that's going to be the monkey's balls. But there's something about the deck, and you will probably see it inside the review though, but it's a pity. So the deck which I will build inside the review is going to be the postless dual coil build. But yeah, but I thought it's going to have better flavor, that single coil deck. It looked great with the amount of airflow options. But yeah, it's not bad. Definitely not bad. I mean, it's Steamcrave. 5, there you go. So it's good. In case you were thinking, I haven't got anything in here. No, I do. And then obviously this guy, the old Wismic Reload, the 2.3. I'm using it in the 2 version at the moment with the dual batteries. But the Asgard Mini, I just had to try the Asgard Mini. And I actually enjoyed the Asgard Mini so much that I managed to find myself the black version as well. So the black version I will put on top of my Hex. That's going to be his home. I really think it is a great RDA this. Almost, it's hard to say. But I get a more, can I say, almost a slightly more satisfying vape than the RDA for vaping. And I love the RDA for vaping, make no mistake. Those are currently the 2 RDAs which I in any case keep in rotation for testing juices. But I'm very surprised with this having side airflow. I didn't think it's going to have that good a flavor, but as I said, that condensed chamber, but it's not out of Peak though, but Peak's very expensive. Nico Libbe will tell you about the Peak. Kom ons kyk wat gaan nie aan. Tenus Mulder, Tenus Mulder. Hey my man al die pad van die noorde af. John Oosthuizen, as jy daai ding vir prostaat gaan gebruik, gaan jy in die hospitaal dan. You don't want it. No. You'll see later. I'm going to show you what you use that thing for. Definitely not for your prostate. Absolutely not. It's sad to think that your channel is dying. You and your videos got me into building and vaping. I give you 100% credit. Now, Benjamin, you must give yourself credit for that. I mean, all we basically do is we just open the door. You just need to walk through it, and that you do on yourself or on your own. But yeah, after the reason, I might as well start talking about it now. The reason why I feel that this channel is dying, I think it's because of the lack of support. I mean, remember this channel, if you go and watch my first video, which I did. Yes, like it. I've been around for three and a half years making videos. And for the last four months, the video, it has stagnated. And if I look at the amount of likes which I get on the video, and I mean, especially, if you check out what's the previous one, the Asgard Mini which I did. You know how much effort went into that video. Remember, I did a whole complete single build, and I did a dual coil build on it, and there's other preparations which you need to do. And not that I don't love it, I still love it, I still enjoy it a lot, but as I tell my learners often in the class, no matter how much passion I have got for my subject, biology, obviously that's my subject, the point is you need some feedback from them, you need an interaction from them, because their interaction feeds your battery or charges your battery. And that's the same situation with my vaping channel. At the moment, I feel, besides the enormous amount of promises which companies, promises which people have made me, and you've probably got 1% of the people which actually come through. I mean, yeah, I actually had to buy my own Molicel after being promised Molicels weeks ago. So I decided I'll get my own one. I'm not going to worry anymore, and I'll test it on my own though. But that's the kind of things, that's why I'm asking you guys never to promise somebody something which you know the chances are good that you're not going to deliver. That sucks, because it builds up expectations, or if you add up all those expectations, then you start, dat bring jou af papa, dat bring jou af, is nie lekker nie man, is nie lekker nie. Henry Landsberg say, how's it everyone? Ooh la la, that ant. Yeah, this ant is a beauty, man. It's a beauty. You'll have a look at it again. Just look at that again. Just look at that nice color DNA color screen, man. Where do you want to be? Now this is, as I said, this is the most beautiful ant which I have seen. Very, very nice. But I decided to spoil myself. As I said, I also want to, the other thing which I want to do is I also want to say thank you very much to my patrons, but I wouldn't mind if they do not support anymore, because I feel so bad for them. The companies don't send me stuff anymore, so I have to start purchasing my own stuff. Now, I did treat myself this month for sure, but it won't be able to be every month, and I won't be able to bring out as much content, so I feel very bad for the patrons. I try to make it up by an occasional recipe, but I know it's not good enough. So if the patrons withdraw, I'm absolutely fine with that. So please just understand that. Do understand that. I honestly don't have a problem there. Another thing which I'm so excited about is Survape brought in a few Atmazoo products, and they went live last night on their website. 6 o'clock. I sat here, website new arrivals open, and when I saw those Atmazoos, the tripod RTA, holy crap sack. And I thought it's going to be a bit more expensive when I saw it for 2,400 Rand. I know my wife's going to kill me, she doesn't know. Sy weet nie. Sy gaan my, But anywho, when it went up, it was sold out. I crapped myself, and all I did, refresh, because something in my mind told me it takes a time. a few seconds to actually register on the website. Refresh, all of a sudden the buy button comes up, and immediately I press buy, go to the card, do the payment, and it's on its way. I should probably hopefully receive it today at the latest on Monday, but I'm extremely looking forward to that tripod RTA. Absolutely, simply because you can do so many things with it, and it's received a humongous amount of praises, not only from the mainstream US reviewers, which I normally don't trust, but from Todd's reviews. So normally I just fall back on Todd and see what old Todd has got to say, because that guy is just an honest bloke, just an honest, good down-to-earth guy. The Kali V2, spoiled vaping, for me, nothing compares. You reckon? I'm going to tell you about something which compares. Check out this. Ooh! So that I must test. That I must test still. But I just decided I'm getting this for this specific mod, because I thought this thing would look beautiful on it. And it does. It suits it perfectly. But yeah, this, if in case you're wondering what this is, wouldn't it be a bit Afrikaans nou praat. But this is the E-Petite 60 watt from Lost Vape, and I thought this would be a perfect MTL device. I just needed to get a nice MTL tank for that, and I settled on the glass. On the eSig SA forums, there's a written review from the UK. I think it's Tim Wiss goes by him. Very wise guy. Does a lot of reviews. Goes to a lot of trouble though, and he said that is a good MTL RTA. I can definitely go for it. And then when I watched a few reviews, I watched the deck, I thought it's close enough to the top, and I think it's going to beat this guy. On theory, if I just look at that, I think it's going to beat the Exprimizer regarding flavor. Heaven knows about the quiet. I don't think there's anything that can beat this for smooth and quietness. I doubt it though. It's impossible. How more quiet can you go than quiet? So I've got no idea. Hallo Rian, lekker om julle in die huis te sien. Mense wat die stream dislike is so skeel soos 'n nuwe R7 noot. Ek weet nie, I don't even see the likes or dislikes. I've got no idea. But as long as there's interaction, I mean, you can even put a little middle finger there if you want, but just interact, because that's what it's all about. It's not about money. You know, we don't get any money from nothing. But the point is that interaction. There's a logarithm, né? There's a logarithm. What do you call it? Some other formula which runs, and the more activity a video get or a channel gets, the more it is boosted up in the search engines, and that's what it's about. But because mine is so quiet, hey, the people won't find me there. I wanted to start a ham radio channel, but I'm really not good with the feed, and it seems like ham radio is going down the drain as well. I've got no idea what ham radio is. I mean, no idea. COVID-19 has a lot to do with the lack of items. Midnight, I understand that. But I mean, if I check out what guys like Vaping Fagan, those guys, how much they get. And I even watch the smaller guys who's got 4,000, 5,000, 7,000 subscribers, basically in my ballpark. I just think the companies forgot that there's a place like South Africa. Or there's so much lack of reviewers in South Africa that they don't even bothering contacting who is available. So yeah, so I'm just thankful Steam Crave was there. But I don't think it's the COVID-19 thing. I mean, South Africa is one of those countries which was probably more open than most regarding imports. So yeah, just don't insert the battery the wrong way around in the ant. Derek's got fried. No, but there's a clear indication of positive and negative. So no. But there's one guy which said that the battery door is too stiff. My battery door has got lovely tolerance. It's nice. My thing comes up beautifully and sits on great. So I've got no issues with this. But if this glass, the glass from Steam Crave disappoints, I've got a backup. And there it is. Check out that nummy. You should recognize it. Just a different drip tip. But I thought that this guy is going to look good on this mod. On my VT75D H cigar. But this is the Pioneer. Okay. So yeah, still need to play with that as well. So I've got a few toys to play around with. But as I said, after that, I haven't had anything, I haven't heard anything, and I don't know what will be going on. So yeah, that's why I'm saying don't expect too much from this channel. It might just. I can Thursday. I've got no problem going live on Thursdays, no issues at all. But regarding reviews, nah. And I think putting out one video a week also doesn't justify having a patron support page. That's why I said I don't mind them dropping out. Absolutely. Caveman, what's up, Kaiser? No, I'm good as gold. My grade 11s wrote exams today. My grade 12 wrote exams today. So I've got some marking which I can do over the weekend. But once those things are done, I'm telling you, I'm looking at these guys. I'm going to start poking around with them. Wys die end onder the other camera. Oh nee, I didn't have the other camera. I don't have the camera set up because my son used the camera to take photos of his girlfriend today. They just don't get enough. This young love. But I think we can all relate to it, huh? We can all relate to that. I honestly think that the pod game ruined vaping and gave it a stigma. It went from vaping. Benjamin, I don't know. I don't think so. Remember, your pod users are not these users. Definitely not. But the minority has always been the people that use these single dual battery regulated mods, mech mods, etc., skonking devices. But your majority has always been pod users, always. And the Chinese companies know that. So obviously because of the COVID situation, that's why they pumped out so many, because they knew that that is going to be a good time for people to start purchasing those and ordering those things from overseas. And there was a lot. I mean, things which died down during COVID wasn't pod systems. It was RTAs, it was RDAs, and it was your normal decent mods which we look at, which we want to review. Those kind of things, they die down. So I'm not so lekker sure about that. Naantwom, hello JP. Thank you very much for joining. Fred, is it worthwhile buying the Ragnar combo? I almost started up the Ragnar for tonight though, but because I've got this Steam Crave and because I've got the Glass Steam Crave from Steam Crave, I decided I'm not going to do the Ragnar, but I enjoy the Ragnar. For the size of the Ragnar, it actually produces very, very good. It's nice. I like it. Ja, maar brandewyn maak die goed onduidelik. Bygesê dit was die SX chip. Caveman loves the jewel. Right, that agreed. Did not know there was SA reviewers. Glad I found one. I think I'm the longest standing SA reviewer which there is. I've seen them come and I've seen them go, and I've seen them try again and I've seen them disappear. But the one that's been there the whole time is me. Is me. I wasn't the first SA reviewer. I think there were people before me though, quite a few. But I don't see them anymore though. I actually watched one of our guys who was in the chat the other day, Daniel, watched one of his reviews, but also he doesn't put up frequently, and I think it's because of the same reason, is the support just ain't there. It's just not there. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Ja, nee, I would know that. Oom moet meer van die live streams doen. Nee, ek gaan nie die live streams. Let's quickly go and show you some nice pictures. I decided to get a nice collection tonight of pictures. I'm first going to show you some coil porn. I don't know how many of you actually peruse the internet to go and check out nice coils. But let's have a look at a few coils before we go on to a few mods, before we go on to this Starfy thing I showed you a bit earlier. But just appreciate the workmanship which goes into these coils. I mean, I didn't even close my try to get one of these things right. I stopped at aliens and I thought frame staples and then aliens and then But look at those things. Now obviously that one doesn't look too hard to do though. I mean, let's face it though, it can be plat geslaan. You can still put some cotton through that center over there. But yeah, there's some of these guys which are absolutely stunning. Oh, so check out that. Check out those numbers, huh? Yeah. There's some glass tubes there. What is nice? It looks like mesh. Rolled up mesh tubes on the inside. But yeah, as I said, these are just competition coils. It's nothing which you're gonna vape on those things. And most of them, I can guarantee you, do not produce what a nice set of aliens or even Claptons can produce though. So they're just there for the fancyheid. But it's just still nice to just look at a few of them, to check them out. Okay, Kana. Oh, very nice. So anywho, just decided to show you 10 nice pictures I came across of the coil pawn. And that's that regarding those things. And there's 3 memes I came across which I thought you guys would like. If you haven't seen those memes, check those out. Calling this tobacco is like calling this a banana. And that's the problem. That sums up the people that do not want to understand or want the vape industry to succeed. It's what they're trying to promote. I like this one. I like this one a lot because I've actually experienced it, not for myself, but for somebody that was with me. The situation where you think you got a nice setup until you go to cloud competitions and you see the gear which they have. It was the same situation when I was an online gamer for about 5 years, and I played Day of Defeat, which was a Half-Life mod, similar to Counter-Strike though, but it's just World War II based. And I was flown up to Johannesburg for one of my clan matches I was a sniper in the clan, put it that way. And I had this Antec aluminum casing, I think the Antec Shark, the thing was called, or the Tsunami. There's this blue light there, the Perspex panel on the side. And I thought this thing is great until you get there and you see what those enthusiasts, how they build up their PCs. And I think it's the same with the mod situation. Midiboer, gaan jy een kaartjie weggee na die Slowdown Vape and song on Sunday? Yeah, me and Force spoke about it, and I think it would be fantastic. I think it's something which you guys would really enjoy. If the idea is, because Force sings, he's got a good voice. He sounds better than me. And we thought about setting up in my braai area at the back there and getting someone to braai, having a mobile camera and a fixed camera, and we sit and talk vaping and vape juices and talking nonsense, and he brings in a nice tune, plays a nice normachi, while I take the mobile camera and maybe show what is on the braai and have a chat to some of the blokes around there, and then go back to the table again and then do something vape related again. I think something nice and casual, informal, typical South African. I think that would be a great idea. I would like it. Obviously there's going to be a bit of involved, but yeah. So yeah, let me know if you think that'd be a good idea. But that is what a Midiboer or Force is talking about when he says the ticket to the show. Good Sit, I want to stop smoking and switch to vaping without Nick. What do you suggest? Well, Mr. Goodcat, seeing that you have not started vaping, anything is going to be nice to you. So the reason why there's certain things which I don't like anymore is because I have reached the pinnacle of flavor, which I think, with all these setups. But if you're going to start up something simple like the Caliban, let's go for the Caliban. This little guy is a great start. It's a great start. Very nice basic kit, but this thing produces very, very nice flavor. Absolutely. Very easy to use as well. Just pull off this little cap, fill in your juice over there, put it in there and click it in place. Charge the battery every now and again when this thing's flat. And you're going to get some nice flavor out of this. Just pop in there some 10 milligram freebase, whatever flavor you think you're going to like, especially if you go down from smoking. There's some great tobacco flavors. Here's something which is called Havana Gold, which I also had bought for myself. Because if I don't, one picks up here, these Oaksmos don't send you nothing. But this, and I also got a caramel tobacco. Start off with something like that, so that you still get that little tobacco taste, but you start experiencing other flavors, and you also lose all the negative aspects about the smoking. Remember, the tobacco here is a flavoring which you get. It's not tobacco leaves with all this. Well, not that the tobacco's got the carcinogens in it. It's the processing of the tobacco for the cigarettes which cause the problem. The addition of all those chemicals to refine the taste and to speed up the combustion and all that kind of stuff. Because remember, the whole idea is they don't want a cigarette to last a long time. Because cigarettes are designed to burn out quickly, especially those things which I smoked. I smoked Camel Filter. oh my crap, I mean, somebody can talk to you and you can just be in a haze for about 40 seconds and then half your cigarette's burnt out. Those things burn on its own. How you doing? Mr. Kelvin's in the house. Kelvin! Sê ja, moet ons asseblief 'n draw doen vanaand, Peer? Nee, jy moet just say, you must first tell me what you think of that idea, whether you think you would enjoy watching something like that. Because as I know, this is South Africa, and I think I might have 3 viewers, but they've got 8 different names, just to make it appear as if there's quite a number inside the chat. Come on, guys, hit that thumbs up button or down. Yeah, hit any button. I don't care, man. I've got a beautiful wife. My daughter has got a nice English boyfriend that's going to go and study engineering. My son is studying medical. I know I'm overweight. Do you think for an instance a dislike is going to bother me? Do you think so? I mean, look at this. Do you think I'm worried about your thumbs down? Do it! Do it! I don't give a crap, man. If you don't like it, don't like it. But at least do something, eh? Do something. Come on, guys. I'm in a difficult situation as I was on a Denon Live video webinar, 110 years old today. Oh my goodness gracious, for the last hour. Now it is KZO Live. Watching hi-fi and KZO Web Show at the same time. Dennis, you can do it. You can do it. You've experienced. John, locally you can check out Coil Smith on Instagram. Man does some quality. There's guys. I don't even know if the coil building is a thing anymore though. But I know the competitions 2 years ago, it was crazy. Locally you can check. I made a pair of, what is that? Did I lose this now? I made a pair of 25 core 0.5 with an alien wrap and it vapes solid. A pair of 2.5 core or core 0.5. What the fig? 25 gauge, I assume. Yeah, 25 gauge. All right. Them coils are over-engineered, but look, yeah, no, midnight, it most definitely is. Most definitely is. Hello daar, sorry, bietjie laat. Nee, Rian, haas nie fout nie. Let's quickly move on to the next meme. Check out that little thingy. And that is absolutely true for a lot of people. Because not a lot of people paid attention in grade 8 and grade 9 when you did basic electricity. Even Ohm's law. Nee? V is gelyk aan I mal R. And but it's true. If you start vaping, then you start moving up from your coil, your pot systems, and going into regulate and going into mix different batteries with the MAHs on the batteries you want to understand, and there's voltage cutoffs on mods, and there's different resistance coil wires. There's just so much information, but once the hobby bites you, you don't mind finding out about these things. As I said, there you saw me with a mech mod the other day doing a 0.16 build on Mr. Kelvin's one and vaping it though. But I don't advise it for anyone to go and do that. Please, if you don't know what the hell's going on, don't do it though. But it's true, that electricity thing. Now let's quickly check out a few items of interest which might be coming out or has been released soon. What do you think of that? If you don't know what that is the Link by Tony B. And what it's supposed to do, well, it's not supposed to do it, it actually does it though. The point is, who's going to want to use it? That's my point. But instead of having your burrow tank inside your billet box, you take that, screw it in through the top though, and it screws on the inside, and it changes your billet box into a normal mod which can house a atomizer with a 510. Now, heaven knows why somebody would buy that. Because ain't the whole idea of a billet box is because it's designed with a burrow tank, and then you get different type of extra sets and all kind of stuff which is on the inside for the coil situation. But to give it a nice compact, do you know how silly a billet box is going to look like with an RTA or RDA on top of that? I must someone just get that thing just for the fun of it and put that 40mm Titan on top of that, and just to show off how ridiculous this thing really could look. But I don't know, I'm not a fan of that. I've got no idea why he brought that thing out, and I pray I don't see a guy with a original billet box that uses that Link thing. Henry says, sounds great. The braai video must happen. Henry, thank you very much. There's Hardus. Hello Hardus. Lekker om hier te wees. I live in Winston, near Northern California, where camel are made. We took a trip to the factory and you can see all the processing chemicals. And Benjamin, I actually thought that Camel was one of your better cigarettes though, because it was a Turkish blend with actually less chemicals on the inside there. And that's what I try to tell myself when I was smoking it, that it's better than that Chesterfield or better than that Stuyvesant or whatever. But it's probably just to fool myself. Ah yeah, 25 plus 0.5 ribbon stacked. Okay, which is fair. I always enjoyed using the 0.3 ribbons. That's what I liked with 28 gauge. I enjoyed those. You need to sample a set of Supreme coils. Zahir, I will sample it. I've got enough toys to sample it in. I'll sample it in my black one when I get it. I'll probably get it on tomorrow or Saturday at the latest. Okay, let's quickly see what is next on the agenda. Now that is something which I did not know about. I thought that the people that liked the the Pico. The Pico would actually enjoy that though. It's not a new mod, but for some other reason I just like it. It's called the Blazer 75 watt by a company called Stars. Okay, and it's apparently got a chip in geared for temperature control, for all you temperature control guys out there. But yeah, I actually, when I did a search for that mod on various websites, I could actually find quite a lot of websites that had it, but I've never seen it before. I just think it looks cool. That bridge is gay. Have you heard about the new RTA? Everyone claims it is the best RTA ever. It is called the Torrent Beast. Yeah, they sent me this promo version. I was not allowed to actually show you this. The company would obviously probably sue me, but I don't care. I don't care. As long as you guys give me likes, as long as I got your support, I'm happy. But yeah, this Torrent, I can tell you now, this thing is good. It's a beast. Okay, Midnight says, don't like it at all because it's don't be a project. Yeah, it makes me so angry when you see these guys bring out such knob. And I knew the Pulse. When I saw the Pulse version 2, I immediately said, there's no way I'm going to get that. I didn't even like the Pulse one. It just feels so plasticky. It feels so cheap. And I know it's a popular mod before you crap in your pants again. But I just knew it's going to be a phase. As what I knew, the Blotto was going to be a phase. As what I knew, the Destiny was going to be a phase. And there's just things which you can say. It's going to be a phase. Things which are not a phase are those things at the back. If you got items like that, if you can manage to start spotting that, this, Paranormal is not a phase. Therion's not a phase. Skyline, whether it's good or bad, it's not a phase. So there's just certain items which you know is going to stick. It's like the 80s music. It just stays good. My kids listen more 80s music as what they do the current crap which is out there. And I mean, I constantly download music. And obviously in each package which I download, you get the latest top 40. But you struggle to find something which is nice in the top 40. Heaven knows what's happening to the music. But it's selling. And that's why they're making it. But 80s, you built this city on rock and roll. Where do you want to be? Tarzan Boy, huh? Thompson Twins, ELO, Eurasia, A Little Respect, U2, the good U2, the 80s, not the new stuff. But you must be able to identify when an item comes out, whether it's going to be 80s or it's going to be 90s or 2000s music. And the Pulse, I knew it's going to be a 2000 song. It's going to be on the charts for 3 weeks. Gone. Not to mention, don't like it all. 16mm Dwarf, maybe. Sure. Have you got one, Ardis? It'll be interesting to see. This guy which actually came to me, Niku. Niku's considering making a mod. And hopefully I planted a seed in him, because I actually said, if you can come out with an 18650, and Nico is capable of doing it. If you're going to see just now, this thing, if I'm going to show you this, let me just start this up quickly, just to give you an idea what this is. Listen there, listen. I'm not going to say anything now. Talk about it just now. Talk about it just now. But that's the type of guy Nico is. If he puts his mind to it, that bloke he can do it. And I told him an E-pipe. If you can come up with a nice 18650 E-pipe where you put the 18650 in the stem, not in the kopgedeelte, not in the tobacco kopgedeelte, because then that part's going to be too high for an 18650. But if you can somehow get it underneath, let it lie there, and you can make it so that you can put on your own 16 or 18 millimeter RTA, rebuildable RTA. Who would not want something like that? Sitting at a braai with your E-pipe and puffing away there, and you can put your atomizer on there, which you like. And because you're going to have the option to put on your own drip tip or a stem, maybe if you want a stem on that thing, you can decide you can direct lung with that thing if you want. Because I mean, that front portion is just going to house the button with the battery at the bottom and probably a bit of electricals in there. So yeah, that button is just going to do the firing. What's going to happen at the back there, that's up to you. But I think a local E-pipe, oh, it would be fantastic. Does anyone know about the Impi RDA? Rian, you there's Mr. Hardis Fury, just above you. He can tell you everything about that Impi RDA. And remember, I also reviewed it though, so you can go and check out my review. And I think the Impi is still for sale at Survape. You can go and check that out. But I think that's the best product A South African has released, for sure. And I mean, it was even featured by international reviewers, the Impi RDA. And that tells you a lot. I really enjoy the Vapors Cloud Trilogy. It's an Asgard style tank. I've got the Trilogy, Benjamin. I've got the Trilogy. It's at the back. Wow. No, I've got it. Midnight, I know, but he's using an Asgard RDA. All right. Are you on Instagram? No, I'm unfortunately, Zahir, I'm not on Instagram. The only platform which I basically use besides YouTube is Facebook. I'm not huge into these different social media platforms though. I don't want too much information everywhere. I know I've already got too much out just because I've got Facebook, but it's just too many stuff to commit yourself to. So I'm just a common Facebook man. Kaiser is using more than one tank and mods. I'm using a lot. When I sit in front here, I use this MTL, and 5 months ago I wasn't into MTL, not at all. But I'm starting to really enjoy MTL, together with obviously direct lung still. Love it. But yeah, this guy's in my rotation. This guy I obviously use 99% of the times when I'm not at home. This is the one I take to work. But yeah, sitting here and enjoy this guy, and what I didn't even show you is this. But I mean, this is always here. This is my Aromamizer, the 1.5 light. And these things I all use. I enjoy using a lot of stuff. But yeah, it's nice, especially if you go to vape meets. And that's the nice thing about having mods which you like, having quite a few mods which you like. And if you're wondering, by the way, that Humvee, which I said was a nice mod, if you're doubting me, I bought two. Second hand, not new though, but two. But one was for the one guy, and the other one was for myself. I enjoy it. It looks nice and rugged, something which you can drop, something which you're not worried about. So I dig that. So yeah, that is that mod. Check out the next one over there. Now there's Sigeli. The Sigeli 213, you can see they didn't change on the design there. Oh, very little. Slightly on the design, but basically kept the same shape. They just gave it a type of, almost looks like, what do you call that material? That's not leather, man. Suede type of thing. There's a blue one which you can see it better though. But that's just for a bit more grippiness that you've got only there. But I see one problem. I think it's called the Fog, the Sagili 213 Fog. But if that suede starts getting dirty, or with oily hands, or you got juice on your hands, imagine how that thing's going to stain. And that might be the only issue with that, because I mean, most mods which you've got, you just wipe off what you currently have, just wipe off. But I think if you start going into these kind of materials, might be a problem. But I've got a SIG 213. I like it though. But yeah, that's that. Now just look at this thing. This I wanted to show you. This is a new thing from Aspire. It's called the Minus. The Minus. Apparently, it only holds 0.9 milliliters of juice. It's going to give you an equivalent amount of puffs. Now they say 180. Apparently that is around what a packet of cigarettes is. So you're going to get one of these things. You're going to get 3 different colors of them. They each have got a 20 milligram freebase inside of it. And the specific, I think the black one is the tobacco one. But they've got a menthol one and they've got a fruity one as well. But what makes this little thing interesting is it is vaporless. No vapor, nothing, which means that little thing is going to be the perfect stealth little mod for traveling. The Aspire Minus, don't you think? Let's quickly see what's going on here. Like the idea of the e-pipe here, I think it's going to be very nice. We South Africans should start getting alive in the vaping community. We stagnant, and we're so satisfied with just watching the other countries bring out stuff. We've got so many brilliant minds in South Africa. Why not bring out our own e-pipe? Their hardest, and they then brought out the Impi. Bring out more stuff though. And yeah, unfortunate thing is obviously the money involved in manufacturing. We don't have those huge manufacturing plants, which obviously China has. And unfortunately, one thing about South Africans, and I think Hardis can also say that though, is that Africans don't want to spend a lot. The majority of South Africans don't want to spend a lot of money on something there. So yeah, so to get that cheapish, affordable thing, but still South African and a good thing, that's going to be the challenge. But I think that would be nice. Guy says, channel dying, say it isn't so. Gaia, as I said, what I mean by it is as nobody's sending any more stuff. And yeah, local vendors are definitely not sending anything. Local distributors aren't sending anything. Not that they have sent a lot in the past in any case. So I think I can name the companies which have supported me in the 3.5 years or 4 years which I've been doing these reviews. I think I could count on my one hand. And that's companies like Throat Punch. I think Throat Punch sent me stuff. Vapor Mountain sent me stuff. Juicy Joe's have sent me stuff. Sure, what is this? There's something more. Impi was sent to me by Hardis. But it's so few. It's so few. And that's over a course of 3.5 years. So yeah, and that's what I mean. And because the overseas guys aren't sending any more stuff, I don't know. And then there's PayPal as well. And it's becoming serious now that PayPal, you cannot use them to pay for overseas orders anymore on certain of these sites. And I think somebody said 3F deal. PayPal has also withdrawn from them. So what payment options have you got? You're fairly limited. And yeah, that sucks a bit though. So regarding that, I won't be bringing out so much content though. But if I find something, get something, Calvin normally buys a few stuff and then he brings it to me to review though. But in that sense, I'm telling you, there won't be as much reviews as what there was in the past though. So, but Thursday evenings, hopefully I will still be able to go live. So that is the Minus or the Minus, whatever you want to call it, from Aspire. There's another one from Aspire which I'm kind of interested in. It is called the Paradox, and it's a 75 watt device. What I like about that is the fact that it can take up until a 21700 battery. Very classy. It was specially designed by, what is it? I'm going to lie now. I'm not going to lie. I know this. It's an Italian designer. It's not a company. They've got a different name for it. Designer house. Italian designer house And that's that's the logo which you see over there. The Italian designer house, the name of it is No Name. No Name. And they designed that little thing there. So yeah, for you guys who are Aspire fans, I thought you'd like seeing that little guy which is on his way. So there you go. Benjamin says, all right, brother, I've got to run. Benjamin, thank you very much. I appreciate the support. It's great stuff. You know, if you think the V-Sticking 530, it's got I don't have any experience of the VK 530. Nothing. Kelvin van der Merwe says, oh yes, I mixed a decent cherry juice. We'll bring it around for you to test. That would be great. It's so hard getting a decent cherry. I tried making the Kojak lollipop flavor. Because back in the day, if you're anything older than 40, I would say, you should be able to remember the Kojak lollipops which came out. And they were divine. But if I can only get that flavor in a vape. Not that it's going to be all day vape, because it's going to be sweet though. But just for the occasional, I think it's a great flavor that. Ek gaan daai klein ding verloor. Ek weet nie wat so klein ding jy nou van praat nie. Wat so klein ding het ek gewys? Hierdie dingetjie. Daai ou. So jy is eintlik iets groter as dit. Well, there's a lot of bigger pod systems out there. I mean, if you want something bigger, I think there's a Drag X and a Drag S and there's Vapor Racer, PM range, and there's so many stuff out there. But your best is just to go to a vape shop and let them show you the devices so that you can feel the device in the hand. Because they also differ in strength. So it might be easy for me to advise you with a few things, but it might not be strong enough. It might be too strong, or the mouthpiece might not be right. So best to go to a vape shop and experience one of those things. Feel it though. Evening Kaiser and chat. Rufus, welcome. The VK530 had 2 replaced. The first one, same thing happened. Not a good mod. So there you go. Midnight says it sucks. And if Midnight says it sucks, that oak knows what's going on. He is also, he's a very intelligent, experienced vapor. He's one of my long-standing commenters. And you can go and watch my videos. You'll often see Midnight's comment over there. And Midnight, where are you from? You're not local. You're from overseas, if I'm not mistaken. I've actually got more overseas people commenting on my videos than locals. Sis man, poeh, nee, maar hey, so nee, you guys must join over there. Jurgen stem saam. Pierre de Kok sê TKO juice, very nice, very good juice. You will like it though. I enjoyed the lime a lot when I vaped it. I haven't vaped it in a while though. I think it would be very nice. But as I said, this guy just took over. And if Rob Fisher was in the house, he would tell you. I sent him this. He purchased a few of these bottles, and he's really enjoying Blimey. But it's a sublime juice. Bank Forex payment, I don't even know what that is, Jurgens. But yeah, Bank Forex payment is only way now. And that's going to be sad, because I still ordered from Health Cabin. Let's quickly move on to the next one so you can actually see there. Check that thing out. That is I think it's a Thor. I just want to see, what is that guy called again? I think it's the Think Vape, the 200 DNA 250C. I think it's called the Thor. No, I lie. Oxo. It's got a strange name, the Oxo. But in any case, if you're a Think Vape fan, then there's a nice DNA 250C coming out. And I must say, it doesn't look bad. I actually like the look of that thing. It looks nice. Obviously, it doesn't look as good as this style, but it's nice. There you go. Midnight's from Northern Ireland. Do you see the oaks? How far that guy travels just to come and visit my live shows, all the way from Northern Ireland. And it is true. You guys would fall on your back if I show you the statistics of how many of my subscriber base is overseas. Julle sal skrik. That's why I say the people don't go to the trouble to support what is local. And I got no idea. I enjoy watching vape reviewers talk a lot of crap. I enjoy watching it. Now that thing I'm going to tell you now is also going to be a 2000 song. It's not going to be an 80s tune. That's going to be a hype mod, that thing. And if you're wondering what that is a new one from Dufpo. the new mod. It's called the Top Gear. Now, obviously, they've got these videos out where they show you the fantastic manufacturing of this and the top quality products being used. But if you just look at that, then you're going to say that the dial at the top is already one thing which I don't like. The dial, it's not a battery cap which you remove. That's a dial to do adjustments with. But if you take that thing, I don't know. I don't know. But I don't like the look of that. I like the blue coloring of that panel, I must say. But I think this thing is absolutely going to be a craze mod. But I might be wrong. But I will definitely not be getting this. I'm not interested. Not interested in that thing. Ja, JP Blimey is damn lekker. Jy is 100% reg. Okay, my X-Pro will look nice on top of that no name. That no name, yeah, that's the whole reason why I actually showed you that, because I think it's also one of those nice single battery classy looking mods, which would look nice with an MTL tank on top of it. Hello Benita. Naand mense. Benita, you must just excuse if there's a word like a poopy or something that comes through which you don't like. Stanley Howard, moenie worry nie. By Blimey order is op pad. Oh, nice. Yeah, Stan. Yeah. Thank you very much for the support. Appreciate it. What is the cost of Blimey and where can I order? And is there a vendor in Gauteng that has stock? I have done trying to get contact vendors there. But yeah. The only way which you're going to get Blimey is through me. So you got to Facebook me, and then I can tell you. You can send a courier along. They can come and collect it here. But yeah, there's no vendor that stocks Blimey. I'm the only guy that makes it. It's handcrafted. So there's not going to be any ISO 7 certification on there. Nothing. It's me. Okay, so if you get E. coli, it's on you. No, don't worry. You won't get that though. You won't get that though. My wife keeps a clean establishment. But ja, no, vendors don't stock it. Nico Libbe, Blimey se wenne. Dankie Nico, ek waardeer dit. Pansas and greetings all the way from New Zealand. Het jy al 'n review op Deja Vu D7 mod gedoen? Nope. Ek het 'n spare en as jy wil leen 'n review. Rian, as dit 'n goeie mod is, kan jy dit bring as dit 'n goeie mod is. As jy weer is crap, moet jy dit nie bring nie. As gaan ek dit sleg sê. Benita, jy sal nie spyt wees nie. Home Comforts is the original topside carbon is nicer. I agree with you there, Home Comforts. I also think it looks nicer though. I don't know why they did that. I mean, it's now they brought out the what's the previous mod which they brought out? Not the top side. Dafo. The blottos, not the blottos. Oh my word. The what's Bogan mod? My here man, ek sit pas met een van die goedes. It's just called the DNA 75 and the DNA 100. The Odin. Heerlikheid toch. The Odin. But there you've got it. It's got the Odin's face and the rest of it's basically a bit of paranormal. And, I don't know. It's got the top side knob, although it's not a knob to put in juice. It's a knob to adjust. That thing looks bonkers, man. I like the look of this. Now, let's be honest today. I like the look of this. This is the also 21700, 18650 to 21700 from Lost Vape. I think it's called the Gyrus or something like that. Where's that picture of mine? I'll tell you now what the thing is called. The Grass. The Grass. Grus. Grass. Weird name, but it's a 100 watt mod. But those are the two nicest colors which I put together to actually show you. I think that looks spunky. But in any case, so that's that mod. And there's the last picture I want to show you. Check out that. The Pioneer. But they're going to release a titanium version. And all the Pioneer MTL RTAs which is going to be released, the titanium versions, is hand-etched. And I watched the video of the Chinese bloke hand-etching them. That's obviously going to be pricey. But just look at that thing. Ara, dis mooi. Dis baie mooi. I think that looks good. Good, man. Good. So, in any case, so what I'm going to show you now is this job. And then we're going to talk about this. Okay, here's a bit of a close-up for you again, in case you're wondering this. And what's nice about this is I think everyone has got a Dremel. Now I spoke to Nico, put it this way, because I do it yourself. And when I got to know Nico and I heard that the guy can do anything with his hands, the first thing which I actually asked him is about the drip tips, and he made the drip tips, and I know he can make a drip tip. At his stands, he made Mazda at his stand. I know he can make at his stands. Homogenizer. Just check out this. Just see how quickly the color changes. Give a chance, give a chance. See how white it becomes. Yeah, yeah. That's South Africa for you. That's South Africa. And as I said, I put the picture of the Dremel over there. That's what I had. And I told him, if you can make a attachment, a homogenizer that can actually attach to the Dremel, then it's going to be fantastic. And that's what he did. That's what he did. And what I'm going to do this weekend, though, is, as I said, you will see there's blades on the inside. Now currently it's got stainless steel blades, and if I switch on the Dremel, you'll see it start rotating. And if I speed it up, it will go more, it will go more, it will go more. And this thing can go very, very fast. And the whole idea is, well, as I said, I'll make a decent video of this now, but it's more geared for the do-it-yourselfers. But what this guy does is it draws up juice from the underside, and then it basically pulverizes your juice. Homogenizers are very expensive, and I saw it on a UK website where a guy started making one, and then there's this and there's prices, and it was too expensive, and then heaven knows but what happened over there. And I just decided, yeah, that's too much for him to read for me though. It just seems that those oaks aren't going anywhere. So I spoke to Nico, and that is what he made. He made that in 3 days. It takes him 3 days to make that. He designed it and he made it. And that's the video which he did. And those homogenizers are extremely expensive if you go and check it out. Now, if you're into do it yourself, you're going to know the value of an homogenizer. You can use the homogenizer for about 2, 3, 4 minutes inside your mix, and you can save weeks of steeping with that. But there's just a few things which you must bear in mind when using a homogenizer. And that is obviously the volume, the depth at which you put in the homogenizer. But the two most important things is not to add your nicotine till after you have homogenized, because you're going to degrade your nicotine. And the other thing is you got to heat up your PG beforehand. And it's going to allow for the mixing to take place a lot quicker though. So, but that's nothing. I mean, you just put it in the microwave and just heat it up to a certain temperature there. Put it in for 30 seconds or whatever, depending on the amount. And there you go. Homogenize. And he can do it for 2,500 Rand. And it just go and check up how expensive homogenizers is, and you will realize how cheap 2,500 is. So yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in something like that, so I can give your name through to Nico. Just contact me through Facebook and tell me you might be interested, and I'll just give you Nico's number and you can talk to him. But I will test it this weekend, and if you want, interested, I'll make a nice video of where I want to do a vanilla custard of mine. And I know custards is something which need a lot of steeping, and then mix it up with a homogenizer. Let me know if you guys are interested, and we can check that out. Not just saying this, guys, is one of the best reviews online. If it wasn't, not to be here. Thank you very much, Midnight. I appreciate it. And remember, Midnight gives me a lot of shit. His comments, he's harsh, man. He's harsh. But he needs to be. He needs to be. If somebody doesn't step on your toes, what pushes you to go and find out more? What pushes you to better yourself? So you don't always want these. You want people to say, listen, you spoke crap. I know there's one thing which I often make the mistake in my reviews. But it's because, remember, I'm Afrikaans. And doing this in English, you often make mistakes. Sometimes I call the drip tip a 510 instead of the 510 connection pin at the bottom. Or I might call an RDA, an RTA, or something like that. It happens. It happens. But at least you guys are bright enough to realize that it's just a fumble. It's not that I really think that the RDA is a RTA. All right. So just bear that in mind as well. But yeah, midnight, it keeps me on my toes, which is good. Panzer Kiwiland, yeah. I think the NZ gives that away. Stanley, join ESIC SA's PM Louis. There you go. Stanley knows. He knows the routes. He knows the channels. He's an operator as well. There was the Odin. Yeah, that's absolutely right. The college note. Jurgens, I don't I'm a big fan of the college. The college, I think, is ugly. Hi, Panzer. There was a mango juice in the square glass bottle that I enjoyed while I was in NZ. When are you for tennis? Kyk, Panzer, see if you can tell him what square juice bottle had a mango inside of it. Duff Post collabs with Bogan, the signature chip. It must be quite hard to keep some good looking new designs for themselves. Stanley, kan maar wag, stir er weggooi. Wow, that mixed the edges quickly. It is great. So yeah, he has got some modifications which he still wants to do, but I think this prototype works extremely well, to be quite honest. I mean, there's grub screws which he needs to recess as well. He's trying to find out to improve this guy, but we must still figure out a name for this. So you must think of a name. If you can come up with a good name. Now remember, there might be in 3 months or 6 months a version 2. So regarding sequels of this, think of a name which would sound nice with a V2 or V3 attached to it there. But I can't wait to play with this homogenizer. And I'm very proud that the guy actually decided to pay attention to one of my ideas and to get that. Now I'm just working on the E-pipe situation with him. I think that would be great. Yeah, it is a great job. Neem asseblief video as jy juice meng. I will. No, I will definitely. Hi, Liesel. Liesel is a bit late in the house. But in any case. So yeah, that is basically what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to tell you. So those are the only reviews which I have basically got left. Is of the Pioneer, which I bought myself. Which is the Glass, which I bought myself, MTL. The Roma Miser Supreme V3, which was sent to me. And then the Tripod RTA, which I actually bought from Civape. But I haven't had any emails. I haven't had any DHL notifications. Nothing. It's quiet. So I'm just telling you. If the videos died down, that's the reason why. That's the reason why. So yes. The Kaiser Nathan. No, nothing. No, mustn't be anything to do with Kaiser. This is a Nico Libber. You might call it the NL version 1 or the Pulverizer version 1 or something like that. No way. Do you have the Game Changer homogenizer? Liesel, check hierdie ding uit, man. Check hierdie ding uit. Check hierdie perd. Waar wil jy wees? Check daai ding, hy meng juice. Sounds like a vacuum cleaner as well. But yeah, we have a South African, Cape Townian, Goodwoodnonian, which made a homogenizer which functions, which fits on the Dremel of all things. That was, I couldn't find any homogenizer that actually fits on a Dremel. Here this guy comes out. Lekker ou typiese boer, Afrikaanse man. Baie slim, want die boer maak mos 'n plan. And he made that. I'm extremely proud of him. Very, very proud. Call it the Vaunt. The Vaunt. The Wand. I'm so damn jealous right now. Maar Liesel, jy is mos nie ver hier vanaf. You can must, I think you're in Somerset West. You can must just drive with your juice and come homogenize your juice over here. I don't have any problem with that. Alright, so listen, I'm going to thank you. Yeah, no, Shiraz, I am actually. We sorted out our differences, but long time ago already, man. Long time ago. I mean, it's all nonsense. So, anywho. So, yeah, no. We're on speaking terms, though. He also got a bottle of my Blimey, and he sent me a video to say thank you, and he's really enjoying the juice. So, no, man. So, all's good. All's good. Good. So, thank you very much, guys, for joining. I appreciate it. and put your thoughts down in the comments. Whatever, if there's a new mod which you want to get me to get a picture of to show on the show, help me create content for the show. Okay, for the Thursday shows. But I appreciate all of you guys joining. You're a lot more active inside the comments. That's something positive. I feel my Duracell battery charging slightly there. That's lekker. I appreciate it though. Vaping is dying. I hardly vape anymore. All there is new pod systems. Me, us, you're absolutely wrong over there. Vaping is far from dying though. Not in my situation in any case though. I will continue vaping though. The mates which I know which have converted to vaping is enjoying it. Nico is one of them. Force is another guy. Those guys are making their own recipes already. I printed labels for Force. Vaping is alive and kicking, brother. It is alive and kicking. It's your perception, but I don't think it's the general perception. So in any case, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a good night further and enjoy your weekend. This is Kaiser.